I'm the 5-Minute Professor, and today's a Financial Friday lesson from Drop Dead and Other Words of Wisdom, my book, is about stock ownership. When the stock market started, you actually purchased stock. You bought the things which were needed to finance business. And in general, not retail businesses, not even industrial businesses, but exploration companies. Those were the first real public companies, but it wasn't people that bought the stock, it was rich people. And they bought stock so they could spread out the risk. So instead of one nobleman footing the bill for the Dutch East India Company, a bunch of wealthy people each took on some of the risk, and then they had a publicly traded company whose goal it was to make money, and they only had each other to answer to. That idea spread around the world, and a couple of hundred years down the road, they founded the New York Stock Exchange under a cottonwood tree on Wall Street in New York, and it was still wealthy people, well-to-do people who were spreading out the risk of ventures. Fast forward to 1900. Let's fast forward to the Great Depression. But by this time, it was still reasonably wealthy people in a system that had a lot of give and take to it, and people owning big chunks of companies, but still spreading out the risks. And especially this happened during the Great Depression, and there were a number of economic crises over the years where this happened, but it was particularly obvious during the Great Depression. Marginally wealthy people couldn't take the hit, but the very wealthy people, well, they survived the Depression just fine. They stayed incredibly wealthy, and they bought up things at dirt cheap prices. It was a great, advantageous time for the truly wealthy. Fast forward to today, a time when, because of the computer age, because of the information age, because of the ability to transcribe information quickly, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can be involved in the stock market. And that's terrible, because it is no longer a case where wealthy people who can afford some risk own a quarter or a fifth or even a 20th of a company. It is instead people that own a sliver, a millionth of a company like Google. Now we're not owners anymore. Now we're not people looking out for the stability of the company. We're not looking at people who have the big picture mentality. No, now stock ownership doesn't mean I own a company. It means I bought something that I expect to increase in value, and not only do I expect it to increase in value, it would be really helpful if we could get some value out of it. So as a result, the modern stock market, and I say modern, really the past 50 years, is driven by a need to get dollars to the bottom line because you're a publicly traded company and you have this obligation to the shareholders. And let me tell you something, that is a crappy damn way to run a business. Trying to make your shareholders happy instead of your clients, instead of your customers, instead of your employees. No. The people that publicly traded companies have to keep happy are the shareholders, who really aren't the boss. Perceptum, quispium, damnitium. Learn something, damn it. I'm the 5-Minute Professor, and thank you very much for listening to today's lesson. If you have any comments at all, please put them in the comments section down below. And of course, like it and subscribe to the channel. But most important, if you liked it, if you commented, and if you subscribed, tell your friends. Perceptum, quispium, damnitium. Learn something, damn it.